Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright, Apollo Justice. This is episode number 49, The Rise of Turnabout. What did Maya do? This is what we're going with. Happy Easter, everyone. Today, coincidentally, also is, according to YouTube, it's our channel birthday. There's a thing on our dashboard that says, congratulations, KwingsLetsPlays, on another birthday. And it's like, I guess we made the channel on March 31st, 2012 or 2011. I don't know. But we have a birthday cake. It says, "Hooray! It's your channel's birthday today." It's like, okay. I didn't know that. Whatever. So it's Easter Sunday and it's our channel birthday today. Okay. Hooray. It's weird for me to have Easter in March, though. I mean, I'm so used to Easter all my life. I think it's always been in April, but whatever. Happy Easter Sunday, everybody. I have a cold, so, yay. So this is gonna, the judge, all the characters are gonna sound off today, because I have a wicked cold. I slept most of the day after church, so.
Well, I made Luke go with me early in the morning. And then I got these shoes that I intended to wear for Easter, and they were very hard to walk in. I literally had to take them off, and then I had to walk on the grass to get back to the car because they were hurting my feet so much. And I was like, why did I wear these? Luke says I look better in 90s shoes anyway. I was trying to get these, I was trying to look more sophisticated in these pointy shoes, and they literally did not work at all for me. I almost died walking in them. I don't know, is that what happened to you?
Should have dressed more comfortable, yeah.
I know. I should have. Next time I'm just gonna wear flats. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yep.
And happy Easter to the people that are here to do that.
Yeah. 1 second, guys and gals. Okay. Let's try this.
Alright, great to see you guys and gals in the chat. Hope everyone's having a great Easter today. Thanks for the Easter wishes and birthday of our channel wishes, and thank you for the super chat, Justo Kenobi. Justo says happy birthday to your channel and happy Easter. Thank you, Justo, you're breathtaking. And I kind of forgot to put the ham in at the correct time, so Luke hasn't actually gotten to eat any ham yet, unfortunately.
I haven't eaten yet, yeah.
So basically, after this, the ham will be done after this stream, so hopefully we can take a minute to eat a tiny bit of ham, and then we can do our next stream after that.
Also, there is no Final Fantasy today. Final Fantasy is being moved till tomorrow. Today is Power Rangers. So Power Rangers will be at the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And then Princess Peach will be at 7:30ish, something like that. So, alright, let's go. I believe we're supposed to say the arrow, if I remember correctly. We already saved, so in case we mess up, I'll just come back to it. So I'm going to say arrow. What about the arrow that was fired into the High Priestess' house? Oh, jeez.
It's fine. You're just waking up.
House.
I don't know why someone would fire an arrow into someone's mouth. That would hurt a lot, though.
I don't...
Maybe you really do have food on the brain.
Huh? No.
Thinking about eating. Luke is so hungry he's gonna eat an arrow.
Okay. What about the High Priest's arrow that was fired into the Wait, what? Sorry. Messed up again. What about the arrow that was fired into the High Priest's house? It was simply a means to deliver the warning letter to the victim. Ah, that's more or less the same conclusion we came to yesterday. You know, I guess you're right. Oh, then this should just be about as right as well. Nope, gotta load again. Okay, here we go.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, you read the super chat, whatever. I'll load again.
Thank you for the super chat, Alpha. $5 super chat from Alpha. Thank you so much.
Alright, we're going to select third party. Third party is the correct answer. Let's go. I'm talking about the true identity of the Lady Kyrie who was seen in the seance. If that wasn't That's a Rebel, then who was it?
Objection.
That matter has already been resolved. It has? What's he talking about? It is as I've maintained from the start. There was no third party in the seance.
Objection!
But there was another lady, Kyria, who was there besides Maya Fey. We all saw her. What the? I can't point my finger. Yeah! It is time to let go and move on. Your fate has already been sealed, much like your arm. This hardly seems fair. It's quite simple once you consider where the victim and the accused were at the time. If the victim was near the spring with his back to the accused, what would he see ahead? Besides the water itself, there's nothing but the waterbud statue. Precisely. The Lady Kyria we saw in the seance is wardrobe statue draped in sacred robes. No way! The accused wanted the false Lady Kyria to appear in the seance vision. Before she came from behind and stabbed the victim with the dagger in a reverse grip. Why would the accused want to do something like create a false Lady Kyria? Kira. Is it Kira?
Yeah, it's like Shakira.
It is Kira, okay. But why would the accused want to do something like that to create a false Kira? To show it to the victim as he was being slain. And what reason would the accused have to fool the victim so she was about to kill? It was not the victim she was trying to fool. It was this very court itself. Come again? Suspicion would not fall on the accused if it looked like this other Lady Kira was there. And the defense was foolish enough to fall for it and claim it was a third party in disguise. Are you saying that? I am. It was all cleverly wicked scheme perpetrated by the accused. A scheme in which she sought to use the seance vision to mislead us. This can't be happening. What a face you are making, Defense. I'm surprised you're taking this so hard. After all, did I not clearly state a while back that you were chasing after naught but a deluded fantasy? Something had occurred to me, you see. And your allegations of a third party are but a deluded fantasy. You're telling me he knew this is how it would turn out all the way back then? And that he was just waiting for the most effective moment to spring it on me? Do you understand now? I have had you dancing in the palm of my hand this entire time. It can't be! This is an outrage! You took our royal priestess's sacred divination seance and used it to commit this most foul and despicable murder?
No! I did nothing of the sort!
Maya!
Nick! It's not true! I didn't!
Objection.
Cease this ugly display. Your fate is sealed, now that the facts have been exposed. Your Majesty, the time has come to convict this criminal who only seeks to taint this sacred hall.
Indeed. It seems this trial is over.
Hold it!
Does the defense wish to offer up yet another counter-argument or something?
The accused is not the killer. And here's why.
Now what do? I've got nothing.
Um,
It would appear that the defense has run out of arguments to make.
I thought for sure that Rebel was the killer. The only person with a plausible motive, the one dressed as Lady Kira, has vanished. And I've got nothing to use against the prosecutor's argument. Darn it! I can't lose now, not like this.
Very well then, I shall now render my verdict.
what?
Wait! Please wait, I'm begging you! It is time to let go and move on.
This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused Maya Fey and the defense Phoenix Wright.
Oh
Whoa!
my
Guilty!
gosh!
Ah!
We are dead! We have died. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get executed.
Whoa, that's the end.
What?
Your Majesty, please forgive the interruption, but...
What is the meaning of this?
A body has been found! In the Plaza of the Devotion, Your Majesty! What is this? A body? What happened now? When we found this sticking out of the victim.
Why, that's Lady Kira's Warba dagger.
Oh my gosh. Lady Kira, she has returned. She has come to defeat the rebels.
Peace!
Well, it would seem the dagger that was once lost has now been found. I've one more thing to report, Prosecutor. Yes? This dagger... It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it!
What?
What?
How is that even possible? But
Why would Maya's prints be on it? I cannot believe it, yet it must be true.
Is something the matter, prosecutor?
This trial has run its course and the accused's guilt has finally been established. However, it would seem the defense was right about one thing. I was? You claimed that the murder at the inner sanctum had been carried out by the rebel hunter masquerading as Lady Kira. I did say something to that effect, but what of it?
Prosecutor, are you suggesting what I think you are?
I believe the true identity of the rebel hunter who has been masquerading as Lady Kira is none other than the accused, Miss Maya Fey. What?
me?
What?
Poor Maya.
I realize how shocking this must seem. Looking back, however, I now realize there was much that pointed to the fact. The rebel hunting Lady Kira was first sighted about 2 years ago, and the accused first came to our kingdom 2 years ago as well.
Why, the timing matches perfectly.
But there is more. That warning letter was found in the High Priest's bedroom 3 days before the rite. Despite his house being locked up tight that night.
Objection!
How does that prove anything?
Objection!
It's difficult to believe an intruder could have found a way to enter such a secure house. However, the accused was known to come and go freely there, mainly to prepare for the purification rite. Ah!
Abbott and me was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me, Nick. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions.
The accused could have easily left the house unlocked for herself without anyone noticing. Once a guilty verdict is read, the trial's over. I don't understand this.
How could you possibly go back on what you already said?
No!
Especially in a nation like this where as soon as they make a rule, it's probably like unbreakable or something.
Yeah. I don't really get it, but okay. One sec. 24 minutes. 23. Maya, Rebel Hunter. Okay. Oh wow, you guys and gals already got the first light goal. Okay. Zelda's acting crazy again, but you already knew that.
You want me to go get her, or...?
It's okay. If we assume that the accused was Lady Kira, that more than establishes her motive for killing the High Priest.
Yes, the victim was secretly an insurgent bent on helping that rebel escape, after all.
Precisely. That made him a target of Lady Kira's wrath. And after killing the High Priest, she then unleashed her divine justice on another rebel. So, it seems the scope of this case has expanded. We now have 2 murderers perpetrated by Miss Maya Fey, masquerading as Lady Kira. But the thing is, if she's already found guilty of one murder and you're executing her, what's the point of the trial?
Right, exactly.
If Maya Fey is indeed a serial killer, it would affect the severity of her punishment. In light of this, I believe this second murder must be investigated before we proceed.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Maya Fey, I hereby charge you with this second murder. May your defiled soul feel the weight of your sins.
A new murder charge on top of a guilty verdict? It seems the defense will live to see one more day. Talk about hanging on by a thread.
Come tomorrow, as far more terrible punishment awaits you.
I hereby suspend these proceedings so that the second murder may be investigated. Until the conclusion of this new investigation, this court is adjourned.
But weren't we already declared guilty? Now we can just go gallivanting around, even though we're completely guilty?
To be continued. How in the world is this gonna work? So they suspended proceedings even though... Okay.
Well, I mean, that gives us time to escape the country, I guess.
No, I'm sure they're both gonna be sitting in jail now. I don't think they'll let Phoenix Wright walk around. I could be wrong, but I guess we'll find out.
Seems weird that they would let us just walk around.
They're just gonna let us walk around and then...
They said we were both murderers.
Okay.
This is strange. We were convicted of death.
What do I do now?
I would leave. I would flee the country.
I can't believe Maya and I were actually found guilty.
Well, I would get out of there.
Sorry, Maya, I'm skipping the country.
This trial needs to be drawn out. This trial doesn't need to be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused Maya Fey and the defense Phoenix Wright guilty.
Whoa.
Yeah! We really needed a recap? Okay. Mr. Wright! Albie, what's up? I saw the whole trial. What's gonna happen to Miss Maya now? I'm worried about that too. But right now...
I have one more thing to report, prosecutor.
Yes?
This dagger. It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it.
Right now, I need to focus on the next trial.
The murder of the acolyte, right?
At least the jury is still out on that one, so to speak. The two murderers are most likely connected. If I can get to the bottom of the acolyte murder, it might give me the ammunition I need to overturn Maya's guilty verdict.
Let me help you investigate. I want to assist you in any way I can.
I appreciate it, Albie, but we're talking about a murder here.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard for a foreigner to investigate things on his own.
You have a point there. I wish I knew what to do. Uh-oh. It's Rafa again. Huh?
She actually feels bad?
Isn't that... your benevolence? What's going on? Princess! Hello?
Oh, it is you again. The dead lawyer walking, guilty of abetting a murderer under the Defense Culpability Act.
I see she hasn't lost any of her charm. Why the long face? I thought you'd be glad I was found guilty under the DC Act.
I am in no mood to take joy in your suffering. For I was unable to defeat you and had to leave the job to others. I failed in my sacred duty as the royal priestess.
I guess that answers my question.
Have I misunderstood? The voice of the Mitama yet again?
Yep.
This cannot be!
Wrecked. All I did was defend my client. I can't bear to see her looking so sad like this, though. Your benevolence. Your benevolence.
Oh, Barb's head. I thought you had already begun your journey to the Twilight Realm.
I'm not dead yet. I still have an investigation to do for tomorrow's trial.
What's this? Do you mean to say you have not given up yet?
That's right. I'm gonna prove Maya innocent tomorrow.
But why? Why do you refuse to give up? I cannot fathom such obstinacy. Investigate all you want. I do not care.
You really don't mind? Cool. But aren't you worried that a lawyer backed into a corner by the DC Act might do something desperate like forge evidence?
What's this?
If left unsupervised, I'd be free to do whatever I wanted, you know. Alright, now to see if she takes the bait.
Yes, I see your point. Barbed head!
Yeah.
I know what happened yesterday. You perpetrated some sort of fraud or other misdeed while I was not watching.
Huh?
That explains why I misunderstood the voice of the High Priest's soul. Yes, of course. That is the only explanation.
Huh. I was trying to cheer her up. Now she thinks even less of me. Okay.
I must not allow you to sully our sacred hall of justice with your misdeeds ever again. Therefore, today I will be monitoring your every move once more. I will not fail to spot your misdeeds this time. The moment I see anything out of ordinary, I will send you straight to prison. And you, boy, do not throw your lot in with this foreign devil.
But your benevolence.
It's okay, Albie. You don't need to worry about me. I'll be back before you know it. But first, I should probably lighten my load a bit. Albie, would you mind holding on to some of the evidence for me?
Oh, sorry.
Of course not. Always glad to help.
Unnecessary evidence unloaded into Albie. What unnecessary evidence?
May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you.
Now then, the scene of the crime is the logical place to start. If I recall correctly, the body was found at the Plaza of Devotion. Okay. Next chapter. So Maya was considered the rebel hunter.
You put a little cat fog on there.
I did put a cat fog on.
Oh, it is very hot.
That's because of the oven.
Alright, okay.
It's 50 degrees. We can't turn on the air conditioner or the pipes will burst.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's okay. This always happens when... Although I did notice that the window in the kitchen is not fully open.
Okay.
That could be why some of the air is not escaping. Okay, so we're gonna go to the... wait, how could somebody be murdered at the... Wasn't Maya in jail when the murder occurred, though?
Yeah, and then she was in court after she was in jail. So how could that have even happened?
Right.
I don't understand.
Looks like the police already finished their investigation. To think someone would be killed here, a place devoted to prayer. It's kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm.
A body outlined in flowers. Did someone leave them here in memory of the deceased? There's something different about the prayer flags today.
As the high priest's disciple, acolyte zealot was utterly devoted to his training. First the high priest, and now his devoted disciple. Maya Fey will pay for this!
As I keep trying to tell you, Maya has nothing to do with this.
And you can prove this how?
What do you think I'm doing here, gathering dirt and dust for the trial?
You and your smart mouth. This is precisely why you and your loyally ilk are so reviled.
Yeah, but, I mean, I can already figure it out at this point. Like, the dude was in prayer when Maya was arrested. He was still alive. He was right there.
Yeah, that's strange.
And then, while Maya's in jail, he gets killed. The only person I could think of would be, you have two suspects. You have the dude who escaped out of jail, or you have the wife of the dude.
Yeah.
That's all I could think about. Alright, here we go. You and your smart mouth.
You and your smart mouth. That's why you and your ilk are so despised.
Mr. Wright.
Hey, Mr. Wright.
I think that's Emma. Yep. Emma, what's going on?
It's that detective from your country again. Yep. Oh, it's the princess. You seem displeased that I am here? Oh, no. Don't be silly. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry about what happened to Maya.
It's not your fault, Emma. You were just doing your job. And if I had just done mine...
Mr. Wright.
But it's no use crying over spilled milk. Would you mind telling me what you know about the murder? It's do or die in court tomorrow, and I mean that literally.
Gladly. I'll help in any way that I can. Remember, I have my eyes on both of you, so see to it that you commit no misdeeds. Of course not. You're talking to a professional here.
The incident. Let's see. How about starting with an overview of what happened?
Sure. The victim is Pore Zealot.
Poor zealot.
Or pray zealot, maybe.
Pray zealot?
Like he's praying. He's pray zealot. Like he's praying zealot.
Mm-hmm.
He was the high priest's, it could have been poor, disciple. His body was discovered around noon today, right after the rite wrapped up.
So during the high priest's murder trial?
That's right. Apparently, he had been here praying since the day before the rite even started. Talk about serious devotion.
Yeah, I barely lasted a few minutes.
This is a picture of Mr. Zealot's body. And yes, it was weird how you only lasted a few minutes.
The daggers in his upper back looks like it would have been particularly painful.
Yep.
Huh? Is that tattoo on the back of his neck? It's peach-shaped.
Everyone started leaving when the praying was finally done. But the victim remained bent over in prayer, and when they went over to check on him, they discovered he was dead, right?
Wow, they discovered he was dead.
Oh, sorry, I stepped on your line.
Photo added to the court record.
Yes, the estimated time of death is May 9th, sometime between the start of the rite and the discovery of the High Priest's body. In other words, we believe the crime took place during the purification rite. And the murder weapon was the same ceremonial dagger that killed the High Priest. The prosecution believes Maya came down the stairs after killing the High Priest, and then stabbed Mr. Zealot with the same dagger.
Circumstantial evidence does point to Maya, but what about the cause of death?
He apparently died instantly from the dagger that was left thrust into his upper back.
Eee.
Here's the autopsy report, Mr. Wright.
Zealot's autopsy report added to the court record. Okay.
Estimated time of death, you say? How can you know such a thing? I want to know. Well, Barbed Head, out with it.
Oh, so the princess of the Spirit Medium Kingdom is interested in forensic science?
Huh. I have no interest in science, forensic or otherwise. Nevertheless, I will someday be queen. As such, it would be wise to know what silly things the common folk believe in.
There's nothing silly about it. I'll have you know, even Prosecutor Sadmad holds forensic science in high regard.
Does he? Huh. Perhaps I should not underestimate the power of science. Still, I suppose it is nothing much compared to the divination seance.
She really doesn't have an adorable bone in her body.
Emma, I think she actually is kind of interested. Would you mind explaining it to her?
I guess I have to. Okay, there are many ways to estimate the time of death, but the most well-known method uses the change in body temperature.
Interesting.
Body temperature drops at a steady rate from the moment a person dies. That means we can tell how long someone's been dead by measuring their temperature.
Huh. I see. That was quite enlightening. Barbed Head, present your forehead now.
What? Why?
You feel just a little over 95 degrees. It feels you are not dead yet.
Of course I'm not.
Haha, it was but a jest. After all, you're still the dead lawyer walking.
I fail to see the humor in any of this. Were there any witnesses? With so many people here at the plaza, you'd think somebody would see something.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But we haven't found a single witness.
How's that even possible?
Because everyone was bent over, utterly devoted to prayer, naturally.
Alright, the back-shattering pose that nearly killed me. Still, you'd think someone would have noticed something.
I thought so too, but with the monk's scarf he had on, no one could see the dagger in his upper back. Plus, everyone was so absorbed in prayer, they didn't even see or hear anything.
I can't believe this.
What you choose to believe is your choice. But the fact remains, there are no witnesses. However, there is one piece of irrefutable evidence, this dagger.
Whoops.
Sadly, yes.
Alright, so...
But so weird that her fingerprints were on it. It was found in a victim, and she was literally in custody that whole time. She couldn't have possibly... It's like they faked her fingerprint. It's like they took her fingerprints from something else, put it on the weapon, and then used gloves to...
No, she would have been holding... The dagger as part of the ceremony. Of course her fingerprints would be on it.
Oh, yes.
The person who killed, both of them
didn't even think
was probably
about
wearing
it.
gloves.
I didn't even think about that.
Power dagger.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about that. I don't know why I keep saying that. I didn't even... So she could have had her fingerprints on it, and then they could have used gloves and stabbed people, and then her fingerprints would have been on it.
Right. Because it's the ceremonial dagger, so of course Maya's handprints would be on it.
I understand now.
Could you tell me about the murder weapon?
The killer used the Warpad dagger, the legendary weapon of Lady Kira, Mr. Wright. It was discovered impaled in the victim's upper back. The accused's fingerprints were found on the dagger, were they not? Yes, they were.
Maya's fingerprints.
With such irrefutable evidence, there was no questioning the accused's guilt.
Not so fast. What about motive? Maya had no reason to kill the acolyte.
What do the police think about this matter?
Motive. Maya had no reason to kill the acolyte, so why?
So you say, but let us now hear what the police think about the matter. The police believe that Maya is Lady Kira, the figure who has been battling the rebels. And since Mr. Zealot was the disciple of the High Priest who turned out to be a rebel, he too was likely a rebel and therefore met the same untimely demise as his teacher. Yes, that is how the police currently view the crime.
There's no way Maya's that Lady Kira vigilante.
I agree on a personal level, but the police are just going with what today's trial concluded, Mr. Wright.
Really blew it in court today.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're gonna have to examine now.
Yep. Alright, so we're gonna have to examine stuff. Oh my gosh. This is a lot of stuff going on. Oh my goodness, Loki.
Okay, here we go. Oh, flowers.
Alright.
So these flowers were left here in memory of the acolyte? What are they called?
They are known as Namanda. They are given to express sorrow when a life is lost.
It seems offering flowers in the memory of the dead is universal practice.
Yeah, I guess so.
Flowers added to the court record.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation.
The acolyte was killed in a prayer pose. With his head bent over like that, the last time we saw him, he must have been this rug. What? The last thing he saw must have been this rug.
It is a prayer rug woven by devout monks. May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon this departed soul.
Strange that there's no bloodstains, though.
Perhaps it was so cold, his blood froze. Or because perhaps it was absorbed by his vestment.
It's pretty cold. Maybe the blood really did just freeze in his body.
Maybe. Well, I mean, I don't think that would actually happen, though.
No, I mean, if you stab somebody in a cold, there would still be blood on the ground. The fact that there's no blood is a little weird.
We already examined the flowers. Did we examine where his body was already?
Not yet. The acolyte died bent over in prayer. There's no trace of blood on the ground, though. The fact that there's so little bleeding could mean it was a single stab in a vital point. Not that I would have been very difficult considering the position he was in. Wow, that's it.
Could you really kill someone by stabbing them in the back of the neck like that? I don't think so.
Nothing particularly interesting here.
There's no organs up there. It's just like your back.
I mean, yeah, you would be able to kill somebody. It's attached to your brainstem.
Oh.
Spinal cord. If you shut off the power signals to your brain, you're dead.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
That's why a broken neck is usually a person dies from, because it cuts off the signal of your brain to the rest of your body. Your brain is the computer that runs all your organs.
Yeah.
If your brain dies, then your organs slowly die. And then you're dead. If your heart stops beating, you're dead. If your brain stops, you're dead.
So you need your brain and you need your heart. You need your lungs too, though, to be completely honest.
All your body's important, but the brain and the heart especially are very important.
Well, I guess they knew where to stab. I guess they've done it before, obviously.
I mean, maybe it was the easiest way to kill him so it would look like they could get away with the crime.
I can't believe he was still in a position of prayer after he was stabbed. You'd think he would, like, fall on the ground and be, like, all fall over, but he was still sitting there with his, like, completely in the same position.
Well, I mean, he was already in that position when he was stabbed. The joints in his body were probably already kind of stuck like that.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, you know, rigor mortis would have set in and he would have kept the pose.
Oh my gosh, disturbing. Well, did we already check the,
This prayer flag... This prayer flag... There we go. This prayer flag looks much newer than the rest. Your benevolence, what does it say here?
The dearest wishes of our subjects are written upon these prayer flags. Reading the prayers of others is considered rude, but if you must know... It says, at the usual spot, bring grub, the key to... Is that one of the more direct and practical prayers I have ever seen?
I wonder if it's even a prayer. Brand new flag added to the court record. Okay, well, that message on the prayer flag seems a little weird. I'm doing the best I can. Even Abdallah, like, look at what Abdallah said to me today. Okay, I'll read what Abdallah wrote before his live stream. He said,
He said you need to not work as hard.
He did, actually. I said, hey, Abdallah, happy Easter. We're praying for your mom. Ever since we found out about what happened on Monday, he said he liked my post, and he said, thanks, Luke. She's doing much better. How's everything on your end? How's Amber? I said, awesome. Amber's cooking her Easter meal. I did some chores, and I'm chilling with the cats. And he says, dude, take time off, man. You two work your butts off. Lol. That's what he said. So.
Well, we learned it from him. He works harder than any YouTuber.
I mean, I've been around longer than him, but I do work too hard.
I know, but when we first met Abdallah, we were like, man, he works hard. And
I've always appreciated his
hustle. Then our channel got hacked, and we were like, well, I guess we're gonna be streaming like crazy as well.
Yeah, so literally, I'm like pushing myself more than humanly possible, so I'm gonna make mistakes, even live. Anyway.
I know.
That message on the prayer flag seems a little weird, but...
I know what you were trying to read the word on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna make flubs. It's gonna happen. I think I've seen everything there is to see around here.
You have not found or heard of anything in particular worth? Are you ready to give up?
Nope, I'm not calling it quits yet.
Does it look like you have any hope of winning, Mr. Wright?
Emma, I can't really say at this point. All I know is I have to keep investigating.
What are you two sneaks up to? I would advise you to get back to work if you are done here, detective. Otherwise, I will report you to Prosecutor Sadmati for dereliction of duty. I'm going, okay? Well, I'll see you later, Mr. Wright, and good luck. See ya, princess.
Yeah, but that's not how international exchanges work. She wouldn't be able to work in this other country. She'd have no jurisdiction. That's why this is all fantasy, too. Especially with the lawyer stuff.
What about with Jackie Chan, where he was a Chinese, cop or Chinese detective, and he was working in the United States with Chris Tucker?
He was a ride-along. He didn't have any authority.
Oh.
That's, like, he just did things his own way because he was tracking a murderer. He didn't care. Like, he was basically...
Yeah, but they were working together.
They were working together, but the only one who could actually arrest somebody in the States would have been Chris. I would have been Carter.
I actually don't know what his character's name was.
Carter! Detective Carter, and
No one understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
I know, my words are all flubbed today.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to do a Rush Hour reference.
I should really pay a visit to everyone and every place connected with this case. Alright, so where are we going now? A reason to go to the detention center. It doesn't make any sense. The plaza. I don't think there's nothing in the plaza.
So if
Can't go to the plaza.
Wait, so if you work with a detective agency or police in one country and you go to another country, you have no authority whatsoever?
I mean, why would you have authority? Police don't even have jurisdiction all over the United States. They have jurisdiction based on the city or the state they're from.
Okay, so what if you were a police officer and you work in, like, I don't know, Pennsylvania, and you go to, like, New York, and you visit New York with your family, and there's somebody robbing somebody, you can't pull out your gun and stop them? Like, if you're in a different state and you're visiting?
Depends on the state that you're in if you pull, because they might have different laws about firearms. And, you know, you could be considered an undercover or off-duty cop at that point, and you might, you know, not have severe repercussions.
What if you go and use your martial arts move as a cop, and you go and wrestle the gun from them without any firearm, and then pin them to the ground? Like, could you do that?
They would probably get the assault charge taken away. It'd be less of a problem than them pulling a gun on, like, another part of the state. And also, you know, they would probably get some type of, like, something from, like, a precinct or something that will probably get them off the hook, and then they'll get reprimanded when they go back to their precinct.
So you get reprimanded for saving somebody else's life. Interesting.
You could. I mean, that's why, you know, it's important to be, like, state police or federal, because then your jurisdiction is longer. It's not like the movies.
Oh, yeah, they don't really show it accurately in the movies.
So in the 60s, my grandfather was trailing a perp that was out of his jurisdiction, and he had to work with local law enforcement, but he didn't get the collar, like, when the guy got arrested. And I think he got either a demerit or something when he went back to his precinct, because he went over state lines to get the guy.
But he was literally trying to make sure he finished his job.
Well, also he was trying to keep people safe, but that was the 60s,
so you literally continue your job, make sure the guy is caught, and then you get reprimanded for doing your job when you get back.
Well, you can get in trouble, yeah.
That's weird. Why would you get in trouble for doing the right thing?
Because you don't have jurisdiction.
Ugh, I don't understand.
Okay, so there's nothing here.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
Yeah, but I mean, laws change in ways they do stuff, but it's not like the Wild West where, like, a sheriff would have jurisdiction all over the West, you know? Law enforcement be like, hey, be happy to work with you and all this other stuff. There's paperwork you have to sign, there's things you have to do. There's things that they don't show you in movies. When you have, like, cop from New York go to California.
I have a question. What if you are a cop and you're in a different state, and you're in a grocery store, or you're in a 7-Eleven, and a guy is robbing the place, and you hit him with a can of soup in the head, knock him out into the floor, and he has a huge bruise on himself. He has to go to the hospital, but you saved everyone's life. Then what happens?
It all depends what state you're in.
Okay.
The person who saved the person could still be arrested because they could do an assault charge or a battery charge.
Even though you saved everyone's life in the 7-Eleven?
Yes.
That's so messed up. I don't feel like that's right.
If you did it in Texas and Florida, you'd be fine. If you did it in New York and you were a cop that wasn't from New York, you would probably get arrested. It'd be a minimal charge.
I feel like if you save people's life, then you should not get reprimanded.
It all has to do with the law state.
That's very strange.
Finally, this is the right place. Yeah. You have to understand that those buddy cop movies where you have, like, an officer go all the way from LA to New York or New York to LA, they're just movies. Like, everybody has different, like, rules and regulations based on the precinct or the state that they live in.
You could just do I thought there's something called citizen's arrest where you can just tackle somebody randomly.
If I disarmed a gunman in Pennsylvania, like with my martial arts training, in theory, the person who's sitting in jail could technically try to get me tried for assault and battery, or, like,
Even if they threaten other people's lives?
Yes.
And they had a weapon?
Yes. Now, if I tackled a gunman in Florida and I disarmed them and broke their arm or something, nothing would happen to me because they would say it would be self-defense. So it all depends. Like, there are certain states that are trying to get rid of self-defense laws.
May I ask another question about it or no?
Sure.
If you're defending somebody else, does it count as self-defense or only if you're defending yourself?
Depends on the state.
Like, what if there's a little girl and they're gonna get hurt, or, like, you see that they're threatening, like, the cash register person? You're not in any danger, but you leap through the window and you defend them and you save their life. But you weren't actually in danger, they were. So you defended their life, not yours. Is it still self-defense? That should be they should have also a rule for, like, other people defense.
It depends.
They should have a other defense person.
It depends on the state. For the most part, the easiest thing you can have for state of mind, if you're in a red state and you defend yourself, you're most likely not going to jail. If you're in a blue state, like New York, and somebody breaks into your house and you defend yourself, you could either be sued or you could go to jail.
What if you're protecting your family?
Doesn't matter. If it's a blue state, you're screwed. If it's a red state, you're fine.
What if they were going to kill your kids?
It doesn't matter.
You would still go to jail for protecting your own kids?
You can, yes.
If they were going to kill them?
If you're in a blue state, yes. It's true. You have to look at the laws.
I don't feel like that is...
It's a true thing. It has been for the past 10 years.
I believe you, but I feel like people should be able to protect each other. Still.
Of course. I mean, that's the whole point of self-defense. Some states have castle doctrine, some states don't. Some states are in favor of a criminal if you, like, use assault and battery because they'll say that, you know, the person who broke into your house was trying to do something. So they take the side of the person who was trying to kill you. Especially if a thief, like, gets seriously injured in your home and it's a blue state, you can go to jail for up to 10 years. It all depends where you live.
And they were going to kill your family or you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it all depends.
That's really messed up.
There was a case in New York a couple years ago, would have been 6 years ago. A man entered a house armed and was planning on killing the wife and children inside of the house.
Oh my gosh.
The homeowner kicked the man down the stairs. He broke his leg and he fractured his neck. He didn't break his neck. The court sided with the man who fell down and almost broke his neck, and they arrested the homeowner.
When the criminal was going to kill his family?
Yes. He won in court.
Oh, man, this is not good.
Right. So, if the same thing happened, if I kick down a guy down the stairs who's got a knife and he's trying to kill us, and he gets stabbed as he's falling down, I'm going to go to jail for manslaughter.
I think the rule should be if you save anyone's life, then you shouldn't get reprimanded or have anything bad happen to you. If you're saving your own life or somebody else's, you should be allowed to.
Yeah, that's why you have to be very careful if you do self-defense in a blue state that's, you know, highly Democrat, you could be in big trouble. If you're in a red state, nothing's going to happen to you.
Wow.
It's true, though. Because there's one political party that's very lenient on criminals, and there's another political party that is very, like, hard on criminals. So
I'm sorry for asking so many questions. I'm ready to keep going.
But I mean, that's just the world we live in. So I mean, the thing that has to change is the laws have to change, but most people aren't aware of how bad the laws are. Nobody pays attention to that.
So if somebody comes at you with literally a weapon and you defend yourself, they can end up being fined and you going to jail?
They can sue you, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That's so stupid.
And depending on how badly they're hurt, yeah, the person could go to jail.
All right, I'm ready to go. I'm sorry.
Sorry to shatter your version of reality, but that's just what it is.
I'm afraid to even live anymore. I'm just going to go to an island. I'm afraid to walk outside.
I mean, as long as you're not assaulting people, but, I mean, you know.
No, but I'm afraid of them assaulting me because I'm going to go to prison for them assaulting me.
Depends where you live. You have to check the laws. Just like when you move places, the most important things you have to check what the healthcare is like in the state, what the, you know, what
you have to check what the laws are when you hit a deer. That's important.
Yeah, there's lots of things you need to pay attention to.
You can get in trouble in some states if you leave a deer by the side of the road.
Can we continue or?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right, so.
Sorry. All right, I'm ready to do this. Sorry, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry for asking questions.
You're allowed to ask questions.
What if your cat...
No, no more.
What if your cat kills them with its claws? Alright, I'm done.
You have to look all this stuff up, Amber.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up later.
Alright, here we go.
Hello, I'm sorry to bother you again, but...
Oh, it's you. Farm Ted! You are not contemplating casting suspicion upon Lady Believe, are you? She lost her beloved husband and now Acolyte Zealot, who was like a son to her.
Of course not. But since she was close to both victims, I wanted to hear what she has to say.
Very well.
And then there's the fact that Lady Kyria didn't attack Mrs. In Me. It probably means she isn't a rebel.
This is about poor Puree. Well, I am sorry. I do not think I could talk about that right now.
But what about Maya? She's innocent.
Maya? I heard she was found guilty. First my dear husband and now Puree?
This person seems to not like Maya.
Mrs. In Me, you don't really believe that Maya's the killer, do you?
I don't know. But that was the verdict. So what else can I believe? What am I to do?
The verdict was already reached in your husband's case, but the truth of the matter is yet to be found.
How can you be so sure?
Because I believe that Maya's innocent. That is all I have right now, my faith in her. So please help me understand what happened.
So you're defending her based solely on faith? Even though you'll be punished for abetting the accused.
That's right.
All right then. Your faith has moved me. I will tell you what I can. Are you sure about this, Lady Believe? My lovely wife is a devout follower of Christianism. As such, she is not one to make light of another's faith. But if I find that you have lied about your faith in my faith's innocence,
I shall curse your entire family and all your disciples for the next 8 generations.
Hey, leave Athena and Apollo alone, buddy. Okay, that's interesting.
Now we have to talk to Mrs. Believe. I hope she believes us.
Yeah. How did the Acolyte end up living here as your husband's disciple?
about 2 years ago, while my husband was at a spiritual retreat in the mountains, he came across Puree, collapsed on the ground. That's when he brought him here. You were always one to help those in need, weren't you, dear?
I just had an idea.
What?
They just said the Acolyte came here 2 years ago. What if the... This might sound stupid, because I don't remember this case,
Yeah,
but...
they did say 2 years.
What if the Acolyte was Lady Kyria, and then someone found out that he was the rebel hunter, and someone killed him and tried to frame Maya? So what if there are 2 killers? One person is responsible for killing the husband, and then someone else, out of revenge for the husband being murdered, killed them. And they're trying to pin it on one sole person.
Who was the person that came 2 years ago?
The Acolyte.
Who's the Acolyte? Her husband?
No. The Acolyte is the disciple came 2 years ago, the same time as Maya. So we have 2 people that
Okay.
arrived in the country at the same time.
Yeah, so it's just a coincidence Maya was
So
here.
what if the Acolyte killed the High Priest, and then she found out that he killed, or there somehow she found out,
Oh, somebody...
and she killed the Acolyte.
Yeah, maybe she killed the Acolyte and then tried to blame it on Maya.
So 2 murderers.
So perhaps Mrs. Believe...
So the Acolyte found out that what's-his-name was a rebel, and he was the rebel hunter that we saw at the beginning. Because remember, the person that we... If you watch the intro movie, when you see Kira running around,
Yeah.
it sounds like a guy under there.
Maybe Mrs. Believe avenged her husband.
Maybe. That's one way to think of it, yeah. And he'd been living here since when?
About 2 years ago. That's around the same time Maya arrived.
Yes, he was born in a poor village and had nowhere to call home. My husband felt pity for the boy, so he took him in as his disciple. But not only as his disciple, he was like a member of our family, too.
I see. If this is where the acolyte lived, there might be something I could learn about him lying around here. How am I gonna find... You want me to examine the house? And see, look, see how Capcom doesn't change the picture? Like, that envelope that we took for the beginning of the court thing is still here.
We took the envelope out of there, but it's still in there. It's to save money and time.
Yep.
It's the anime way of reusing backgrounds.
What a magnificent altar.
Of course it is magnificent! It is for the Holy Mother, after all!
Holy Mother, is she that faceless figure there?
Such insolence! How do you not know who Her Holiness is on sight? Do you seek to cross over to the Twilight Realm right this instant?
Wait a second, wouldn't that be murder? Sorry, it won't happen again.
Huh. This is why lawyers are so despised. Now listen well. Depicting Her Holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all Qur'anism, whatever. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like.
Well, yeah, wasn't it 1,000 years ago?
And that includes the members of the royal family.
Wow, no one's, that's an unusual custom. It's gotta be one heck of a secret, even if the royal family can't know what she looks like. What if it looks like Maya?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
The Fae family.
That would be weird.
I believe they find out Maya's a spirit channeler, but I haven't played this game since 2016, so I can't remember all the details. So it's almost like I'm playing fresh, but sometimes I'm cheating a little bit, because I can kind of remember, but not really.
I get you.
Nothing particularly of interest here.
I mean, they have a pretty elaborate shrine going on in their house. How did they afford all these curtains and everything?
He was the high priest.
Oh, that makes sense.
But it would...
That's all. I mean, I can imagine putting all that together would be a lot of money. I'm just saying, I guess I think of weird things.
Nothing here of interest. There's nothing in the trash, is there?
Oh, Borgted! It appears you are quite fond of rummaging through the garbage.
I just thought there might be some other important piece of evidence in here. I guess not.
Oh, is that right?
Look, I'm not doing this for fun, really. Doesn't look like there's anything else of interest in there, though. You dove through the trash and found nothing.
What about those photographs over there?
Nothing particular of interest here.
Oh, there's nothing of interest, okay.
A photo of the High Priest, his wife, Acolyte, and Maya.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Since Maya's in it... It must have been taken a day before the rite. I should ask Mrs. and me about it.
Oh, there's the zealot guy, the acolyte.
Acolyte's there, too.
To think that this would be their final family photo. That no good Maya Fey has some nerve. I mean, here she is posing with the two men whom she would soon kill.
I beg to differ. I see this photo as proof that she didn't kill them.
Huh. That smile of hers does not fool me. I sense a deep and abiding malice behind it.
I'll prove Maya's smile is the real deal.
Wow, so they were all like buddy-buddy, and then two of them died. That's
Buddy. Pictures of the queen and her husband, the justice minister.
Yes, my mother and father. What do you think? Do they not possess an awe-inspiring air?
Oh, terrifying is more the word I'm looking for, but yeah.
Well.
Yes, they are very awe-inspiring. Okay, so that's it for that. What about this? Nothing here. For an investigation, this is not going very well. There's not a lot of stuff here.
What about... Can we talk to the lady again?
Yeah, we can talk to her about the
Believe?
photo. That's about it.
Maybe she has something else to talk to her.
Alright, let's see how much evidence we have left.
Yeah, we could give her the photo of that.
Family photo, napkin, flowers, dagger, autopsy, dead photo, inner sanctum design, plumbed Punisher strap, Lady Kiro's warning, Maya's statement, inner sanctum. Wait, Maya's statement. On the day of the rite, I was already stained red when we arrived at the inner sanctum. Inner sanctum photo, Trust in Me's autopsy, newspaper. So most of the evidence is still there. The only thing they took away was the parachute stuff and some other stuff.
I have an idea. If that guy was posing as Lady Kira or whatever, then maybe he put like red food coloring in there to prove that the Lady Kira was back. Maybe he made it red to like scare people.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like maybe he made it red and then he killed that guy. Maybe I'm wrong.
Alright, anyway, let's
I guess
ask
we
about
could present
the
the
photo.
photo. Sorry I have so many questions today.
Can I ask about this photo?
It was taken during the Feast of Blessings, the day before the rite was held.
The Feast of Blessings.
Oh, they look so happy.
Would you mind telling me a little bit about it? The day before.
This photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings.
The Feast of Blessings, huh?
Yes, it is forbidden to eat during the days of the rite. So the day before it's performed, we enjoy dishes full of gingil, an herb known to strengthen the body and mind. You loved the gingil-based dishes I make, didn't you, dear?
I've heard of that. You can go 3 days without sleeping after eating some, huh?
Yes, but many foreigners do not care for it because of its strong smell. Our customers say that these dishes can only be eaten the day before the purification rite, and only between noon and 3 p.m.
That's pretty specific. It's because the smell is too strong?
A very good guess indeed. It is to ensure the smell is gone by the time the Akira is welcomed the next day.
Wow, is it really that strong? Come to think of it, the evening before the murder, an overwhelming odor was all over town. It was like a cross between garlic and mint.
After the Feast of Blessings, Poiré went over to the plaza to begin his supplication. I never thought that would be the last time I would see him.
What was Maya doing at the time?
Shortly after Poiré left, she went to the temple to prepare for the rite. I don't know what she did after that.
Okay, that's the statement we needed. So the acolyte went out to pray the afternoon before the rite, according to the newspaper. Okay. On the day before the rite, the plaza was so cold the whole place had iced over.
Oh, wow.
Poiré always prayed a lot. Far more than anyone I have ever known. He was a devout young man whose faith was twice as strong as others.
I don't know why, but that's kinda intimidating to me.
That's because you couldn't even do that pose for 3 seconds, Ace Attorney.
I thought I made some progress by now, but I haven't come across any particularly insightful information, even here.
You seem disappointed!
Mrs. and me, is there anything else you could tell me?
Forgive me, but if I keep thinking about those two any longer... Barbed head!
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for your help. I'm sorry to have troubled you.
We have paid a visit to all of the people and places connected with this case. I think it is about time you prepared yourself for the inevitable, don't you?
Well, we talked to her about a lot of stuff. I guess, we already...
What about this? I just gave her the television thing.
That's...
It's a strap that Maya received. Would you happen to know anything about it?
It's for the plumed Punisher action hero. Of course she knows Barbed Head. It's only the most popular show in all of Korean. It would seem that the royal priestess is more familiar with the matter than I. What? No! I was simply advocating on behalf of the show's fans.
Uh-huh.
She says she's not it, but look at this. Remember Maya said she traded her her samurai watch for the plumed warrior or whatever. So
Yeah.
who's wearing the steel samurai watch? The
Oh,
wife.
wow. Yes. So she is familiar with it. Oh my gosh. Then why did she pretend she didn't know about it? Yeah, it's interesting. So if she really is the killer of the person, if she's really killed the, if the acolyte killed her husband and then she killed the acolyte, then she would be aware that the acolyte was the killer, not Maya. But she's willing to pin it on Maya then, if that's actually, if your theory is actually correct. Which it might be.
So
I still have this scar right here.
you're gonna have that scar for a while, honey.
I don't want it to be there, Luke.
You had surgery. Oh, is that his cat hair?
Yeah.
That's a lot of cat hair, honey.
Sorry. You want me to try to get it off my...
Go dust off in the kitchen. That's a lot of dander. I'm having issues breathing. Also, throw this out, honey. This has his hair in it. So remember, you don't want to be too rough with him because his hair gets everywhere. I do have allergies. You don't want... He's weird, though. Most cats don't like to be petted rough because he's not a dog. But he allows you to pet him rough. I've never seen a cat do that. He seemed to like it, too. Yeah. It is 6:30. I mean, you can check the ham while I check this photo. Yeah, I think... Because Maya said that she traded her trinket, which was a steel samurai watch, for that adorable keychain. And she traded it with a super fan of Steel Samurai. So another fan of like those Totsu shows. And here in this photo, we can see that the widow is wearing the Steel Samurai watch. So she is very familiar with that type of stuff. So that could make her the, vigilante that's going around hunting rebels. I don't understand. I mean, the acolyte could have been the rebel hunter, and then out of revenge, she killed the rebel hunter because she killed her husband. I don't know. Or she could have been the person that killed both of them. I don't know. I don't remember. It's a long time ago. Be done at probably 7:30. And then I can start Princess Peach at 8 if I have to. At the latest. You could just turn off the oven and keep them in there so they stay warm. Alright, honey, because, I mean, you have two cats that are prowling. While Linky might not attack the meat, and Zelda will definitely go after the food that's on the, Probably. I don't even know where Zelda is. Excuse me, but...
Yes, dear. What?
She's so focused on her husband, she couldn't care less about this. Okay, so she doesn't care about the flower. I don't know. Little Linky's right there. He's. We can easily keep an eye on Link because he tends to be an eye shot. Alright, Amber's putting the cats in the basement because the dinner is now ready. Cats do sneaky stuff. Yes, they do. Amber's not trusting Link either. She's like, my dinner is done, so I'm putting Link in the basement too. There she goes.
Link, you have to go to the basement. Come here. Link, come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, come on. It's time. You gotta go downstairs. Let's go. You gotta go downstairs.
He went toward it.
Here you go. Please go in the basement.
Good boy. Alright, both cats are away. Amber's dinner is saved. The day has been saved, thanks to... Okay.
Poor Pare, he has joined my husband in the Twilight Realm. He was so full of life before he went out to the plaza. This must be difficult for you. It's like losing a family member. What's that, dear? Yes, you're right. I don't know what would have become of me if my husband were not here by my side.
Is there anything you could tell me about the acolyte that might help?
He was a kindly young man. Let us leave it at that.
Okay. I don't know what else to try to do stuff.
Let's see.
Alright, off to the... Guess nothing else to present
We
here.
already talked to her about everything, or...
Yep.
Yeah.
The only other place that we haven't been is to talk to Maya. Oh, there's Maya.
Okay.
126.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to sigh.
I mean, your dinner is saved, so you're fine.
I know. I have some vegetables that I still need to, like, I already did them, but I need to heat them up again when it gets time. They're in the fridge.
Okay.
Okay.
Detention Center.
So let me know when we're about half an hour before we're done.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Maya sure looks tired. I'm sorry, Maya. I failed to defend you during the trial earlier today.
I'm sorry too, Nick. I never meant to get caught up in this whole mess. Even worse, I got you caught up in it too. And you were convicted under the that stupid law. Nick, you should really withdraw from this case. Maybe they'll even commute your sentence if you do.
I could never abandon you like that. You might not believe me, but I'm gonna pull off a win somehow.
It's not like I don't believe in you, it's just...
Don't worry, maybe the extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside and out and upside down. You'll see.
Oh, okay.
You're awfully quiet, Your Benevolence.
It is only a matter of time until your executions are carried out. I simply thought I would allow you a good talk before you depart from this world.
Sorry, but we're not giving up yet, and we won't until the bitter end.
There is no need to put on a brave face. Your fates were sealed with today's verdict. Worry not of Maya Fey. The Twilight Realm will cleanse the taint from that neophyte practitioner's soul, then perhaps the Holy Mother may finally forgive her.
Wait. Was that her attempt at comforting me?
Form, Ted! Further resistance shall come to naught. Stop your desperate struggle. Accept the judgment that has been passed upon you.
She obviously doesn't know me very well.
Then perhaps your sentence will be commuted and... Hold it right there, your benevolence. Why do you always have to be like that?
Maya, what are you...
What is the matter? I was simply showing some mercy on your souls. Nick here is risking his life to defend me. And that is why I told you. No, it won't. Nick is just doing what lawyers are supposed to do. He's defending his client no matter what. Enough! There is no place for lawyers in the Hall of Justice. For we have the divination seance. But your insights are wrong.
Oh boy, that's gotta hurt.
Don't you get it? Errors are bound to happen in your insight if your insights are accepted without question at all. So I ask you, Royal Priestess, what is your true duty? Do the victim's souls or the Holy Mother herself wish you to judge people in error? You dare bring Her Holiness's name into this? You know nothing! You phony baloney!
Please, you two, enough already.
Sorry, Nick. I just got kind of carried away. That's not really like me.
No, I should be thanking you, Maya. It's good to have you in my corner.
How dare you mock me so? You will not get away with this. I was a fool to show you compassion and to think I could convince you to accept your fate. So struggle all you want in the Hall of Justice tomorrow. You will receive your just deserts as the scorn of our kingdom is heaped upon you.
I can see straight through that contorted smile on your face, you know. She may say these terrible things, but it's just the way she was raised, I guess. Okay, talk to Maya. Speak to Maya. That was compassion? Yeah, right.
So, what was she saying? That Maya would be tormented for thousands of years and then maybe the Holy Mother would forgive her after that?
I guess, I don't know. They have very strict laws.
It's a pretty intense thing to say.
Zealot's murder. Could you try to remember what happened one more time?
I've been trying as hard as I can, Nick. But I can't remember anything from the middle of the rite onward.
Right. You suddenly felt sleepy and everything after that just went blank.
Even so, I didn't kill anyone. I'm not the one going around dressed like Lady Kira, Nick. Believe me. Although it's kind of cool to think there's a mysterious female vigilante out there.
Right.
Female. Interesting. So it's possible that's to throw us off track. It could be the Acolyte who's a guy.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Were you close to the Acolyte?
We met several times during the meetings about the rite, but I didn't know him very well, Nick. He seemed pretty quiet.
Didn't you eat together the day before the rite?
Yeah, we ate this one super stinky dish, but it was actually really kind of good. I wasn't sure I'd like it, but it was love at first bite. Like, you know, the salty noodles at Eldun's Noodles. It's like if you added garlic and herbs to that and then let it simmer for a really long time.
Sounds like more like a hot pot than ramen to me at this point.
Now I miss ramen too.
So what was the Acolyte like while you were eating?
He seemed to be enjoying the food. But as soon as we were done, he left to go pray.
And what did you do?
I returned to the temple to prepare for the rite.
That coincides with what Mrs. and me's description of the event said. Okay. Her identity. Any idea who might be pretending to be Lady Kira?
When the Wright started, it was just me and Abbott and me.
But the seance vision showed a third figure who looked like Lady Kira.
I know. Lady Kira. I wish I could have seen her in the flesh.
Yeah, let's stay focused on the case, shall we? It was supposed to have been impossible for a third party to enter the inner sanctum.
Oh, but what if she came from the sky? You know, like that bushy bearded paratrooper and stuff. That mountain would have been no match for Lady Kira's wings!
That's from the Plume Punisher TV show, right?
Huh? How did you know that, Nick?
Because the real Lady Kira doesn't have wings.
Oh, I've got it this time. There must be a secret room with a secret door in the inner sanctum. Did you know there are 88 secret Plume Punisher bases here in Korean?
Can we please stop talking about the Plume Punisher show for a sec, Maya?
I guess so. Keeping it real is much harder than it looks.
Well, I should get going now.
Sorry it wasn't any help, Nick.
Don't worry, I've got this. We'll beat the charges tomorrow and be on the first plane back home before you know it. Then I'll go grab dinner at El Noodles or your favorite burger joint. You pick.
Sounds good, Nick. I think I'll get an extra large hamburger steak, topping on my salty bowl of noodles. Best of both worlds.
You can have whatever you like, but first I have to beat the charges.
I almost forgot.
Ah, what is it?
I have a favor to ask.
Okay, but why are you whispering?
I forgot. I left something at the High Priest's house. It's super important, Nick. Would you mind getting it and holding on to it for me?
Sure, what's this super important thing?
In my bag, you'll find a folding book. It's only given to the priestess who performs the rite. It's called the Tome of Secrets.
That does sound important. How could you leave something like that lying around? That explains all the whispering. If Rafa found out, all heck would break loose.
Look, it's got Lady Kira's real name written on it, so... Oops! Don't tell anyone I told you that! In fact, just forget I said anything at all. It's supposed to be a secret.
The Tome of Secrets contains secrets? Ooh, imagine that.
What are you two whispering about?
Nothing. It's just she forgot something, so I told her I'd go get it.
You are up to something. I know it. Thanks, Nick. I'm counting on you.
Okay, we're going back to the house again.
Back to the priest's house.
Back to the priest's house.
That's right, Don. Back to the priest's house. Back to the priest's house.
Okay.
Da-na-na-na.
Thank you.
Why am I have that weird thing in my head?
I have no idea. Okay. Here we go. Hello? Anybody home? No answer. Mrs. and me is probably out right now. Well, I'll just get what I came for.
I am watching you like a war bod! Barbed head, you better not steal anything.
I would never do something like that. I'm just here to get Maya what she asked for.
Huh. Then get on with it.
I would if you stopped interrupting me.
Oh.
I guess we have to get her backpack.
Ah, here's Maya's bag.
What is this strange patch on her bag?
It's the Steel Samurai. He's the hero of an action show back in my country. It's actually Maya's favorite show. She's got all sorts of merchandise related to it.
I see. He looks strikingly similar to the Plumed Punisher.
They are similar, but the Steel Samurai definitely came first.
I see. How interesting.
Rafa seems generally intrigued. There must be a common thread between Plumed Punisher and Steel Samurai fans. Come to think of it, Didn't Maya mention something about trading with a plumbed Punisher fan? But I digress. I better find out what she asked me to look for and get going. Let's see here. This must be that Tome of Secrets that Maya was talking about.
Tome of Secrets has been added to the court record.
Oh no. Nick's gonna ruin their entire religion.
Whoa, Barbed Head, are you finished now?
Hold on a sec. The string around it is coming undone. Whoops!
Oh, that's her face.
Oh!
Oh, it's a mask.
Ah, you fool! Do not lay eyes upon it! Put it away quickly, before we go blind!
Relax, my hand just slipped.
This is the Tome of Secrets! Are you trying to get us cursed? Lady Kira is liable to swoop down and gouge our eyes out now!
Alright, this book is related to Lady Kira, isn't it? Your benevolence, would you mind if I asked you some questions? Tome of Secrets.
This is not something I would normally speak about to an outsider such as you.
Well, you can't make any exception?
If you insist. Nina! What of this folding book? Yes, I see. This very important tome is bestowed upon the priestess in the purification rite.
Oh, very important, huh? What's written inside?
Yes, I see. Really? Is it all right to reveal that?
Your benevolence?
Patience. The book contains Lady Kira's true name.
Her true name? Is the name really that important of a secret?
To a Korinist priestess, a person's name is one of the most important things to know.
Okay. What's so important about a name?
Without a name, a priestess' voice will fail to reach a person's mitama. It is much like trying to send a letter without the recipient's address.
I see.
A spirit can only be identified once you know the deceased's face and name.
Oh, I get it. It's like when you see someone in a crowd you recognize but you don't know their name. It makes it impossible to get their attention.
Indeed. You must know a spirit's face and true name before you can commune with it. It is the same for Korinism's most secret art. One that my mother alone may use.
The Queen has a secret art?
It is something a foreigner such as you could never hope to guess. In Korinism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by a queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it, Nick.
So it's spirit channeling.
I should pretend this is all new to me. Besides, I get the feeling she secretly really wants to tell me about it. The Queen's secret art.
So what is it?
Could you tell me about this secret art that the Queen spoke of?
Come again?
Oh, sorry. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this. It is a secret after all, right?
It is the secret of spirit channeling. But I suppose those words are meaningless to someone like you.
I'm just surprised how willing you are to tell me about it.
A third-rate lawyer could not channel spirits simply by learning of the technique.
The third rate is a bit harsh. I'd even settle for second.
What is it? You have the look of a tentacled hag frog upon your face.
What the heck is a tentacled frog? Spirit channeling. That's where a medium lets a spirit possess her body return to our world, right?
Well now, I see you have done your homework.
Oh, I guess I studied a bit.
With the power of spirit channeling, one can bring back even the most ancient of spirits. It is quite a magnificent power, is it not?
I've never seen her eyes light up like this before. I imagine they're pretty shocked when they come back from ancient times.
Indeed. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death.
So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it's channeled?
Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. Thus, even heroes and scholars of antiquity can be channeled and directly learned from. Our queens have also used this power to help the rulers of neighboring lands seek counsel. This is why we have never been invaded, and how we have maintained our unique culture.
So spirit channeling is a really effective tool for international politics.
It is indeed, Barbed One. And that is why only those with the power to channel spirits may rule our kingdom. But of late there has been an endless influx of illegal immigrants from neighboring lands. The fools come seeking the same great power as my mother.
Illegal immigrants?
Yes, it is becoming quite a problem. Some have lost their way in life and look to Coriolism for their salvation. Among them are also those of dubious nature, who have been driven from their own lands.
Dubious nature, driven from their own land? Gaspin Pain definitely fit that bill. But there sure weren't treating him like an illegal alien. Rafa's spiritual power. Can you channel spirits, your benevolence?
I am but the royal priestess. There is still much I must learn. As of now, the divination seance takes me to the very limit of my ability.
So her spiritual power doesn't measure up to Maya's.
Whoa!
You were just mocking me in your mind, weren't you?
Don't be ridiculous.
It's written all over your face, you impudent nincompoop! The divination seance was once one of the most important rules fulfilled by the queen. That is why my mother taught me when I was little.
So the queen can perform the dance of devotion. That'd be a sight to see.
Someday, I will be a powerful priestess and queen, just like my mother. And the divination seance is a vital part of my training to prepare me for that day.
Forgive my ignorance, your benevolence.
You shall see. It will not be long before I, too, master the secret art of spirit channeling. I will be a magnificent queen who unites her people for the greater good of crime.
Now I see. Spirit channeling is something she really aspires to.
I'm gonna ace that test and become the next master, Nick. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down.
It looks like she actually has something in common with Maya.
They both like spirit channeling.
Mm-hmm.
Are you quite through now? There are more important things to do than to stand here and talk about spirit channeling.
That's true. It doesn't have anything to do with this case, as far as I can tell. Or does it? If the queen is a spirit medium, are you about to suggest that... Whoops.
Are you about to suggest that my mother was channeling Lady Kira?
I guess she saw that one coming.
Lawyers are indeed a witless breed. On the day of the rite, my mother was engaged in other duties at the palace.
Of course.
My mother is a very busy woman, and the idea itself is preposterous. Do you truly believe the Queen of Khura'in would personally battle the insurgents? This is precisely what makes you third-rate.
Ah! Another dead end. This is bad. Anyway, I need to continue looking for leads, so...
Over there, after him! Don't let him escape!
What is all that racket? What? That escaped prisoner has surfaced here in town?
Escape prisoner? You mean that guy with the bushy beard?
There is no reason to panic. The police are on his trail.
He's no longer a suspect, but he might know something considering he was at the scene of the crime. Let's go take a look.
Oh, wait!
You gonna go tackle the guy, Phoenix? Okay. It's 7 o'clock, Amber, if you need to put something in the oven or whatever.
Alright, I will, Luke. I mean, Luke.
Let's see, so 149. Okay, so we're back at the Bazaar. That's a rebel! That's right, that's his name. My aching back. Forgot how badly I injured it. Ow, 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 ow. I need to do some stretching and exercise when I get home. Mr. Wright!
Mr. Wright!
Hey, Albie. That's our rebel. Have you seen?
Are you alright, sir?
One sec. Have you seen that escaped prisoner around here?
That's why all those police came rushing over here? I heard them saying something about an escaped prisoner disappearing in this area.
He disappeared in this area? He couldn't have taken to the air again, could he?
Barbed Head. I told you to wait.
It's too dangerous for you around here, your benevolence. Mr. R. Rebel could be lurking nearby.
What sort of princess would I be if all I did was... What sort of princess would I be if all it took was an escaped prisoner to frighten me?
She's fearless, I'll give her that. I can't be responsible if something happens to you, by the way. As long as I'm here, though, I might as well search the area myself. If I were an escaped prisoner, where would I hide? Look at all these vegetables.
Let's see. There's, this vegetable, and zabas, and this and that. They're all really freshly picked this morning.
Never heard of any of them. Maybe I'll buy some to, see what they taste like. You want some too, Albie? My treat.
Really? Thank you, sir. I'll take some of this, and this, and ooh, this too.
Oh, Albie, that's quite a lot of, you've got there already, don't you think?
But this is barely enough for a side dish.
I hope I brought enough money. Okay. Try this table. Thank you. Nothing interesting here.
Albie's cute.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
The chat says, what about the manhole?
Manhole? Oh. That manhole cover, it's open.
Whoa! What is it, Shadow?
Did you sniff out something or someone in the manhole cover? I wonder. Could Shadow track Mr. R. Rebel if he had something with the Rebel scent on it?
I don't know.
I feel like I've got something with Mr. R. Rebel scent on it. Something he might have touched. Something he might have touched. What do you think he touched? The knife?
That's the dagger that was used in the Rite. It said that Lady Kira once wielded it. In addition to that dagger, there are many other items that have said to have been hers.
Really? Like what?
There's obvious stuff like swords, spears, and other weapons. But there are other more interesting items like her favorite hat and her favorite pillow.
Her pillow?
Yes! They say if you use it, Lady Kira will ensure you have a restful slumber.
As long as it's not eternal. Okay, so that didn't work. Flower?
Is this some sort of new tourist souvenir?
Sorry, but no.
Oh.
Sorry to be a disappointment. Here, Shadow, how about this? I hope it works. I think he's picked up the scent.
Huh?
You mind if I borrow Shadow for a bit?
By all means, sir. I had no idea you could do this. Yeah, go get him, boy!
Your benevolence, I'm heading down the manhole now. It could be dangerous, so please wait here.
Wait!
Don't worry, I won't commit any of those misdeeds you're worried about.
That is not what I fear. There may be a vicious insurgent lurking down there.
Oh, you're worried about me?
No, I was simply wondering why you would go to such lengths in your investigation. After all, if you would simply withdraw from the case, they might commute your sentence.
I'm gonna prove that Maya's innocent.
But how can you be so sure of the accused innocence? She has already been found guilty.
Don't worry, maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside and out. You'll see.
Oh, okay, Nick.
I believe in her. If she says she's innocent, then that means she's innocent. Lawyers must trust in their clients to the bitter end. That's what we do.
You lame brain! Do what you will.
Well, I'm going in. Let's go, Shadow.
Be careful, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright going in the sewer. Wait! Come back here, boy! It's pitch black down here. I can't even see a thing. Ow!
Whoops. Something happened.
Oh. Ow, 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 ow. What happened? I went down the manhole and then... Ah, you finally came to. Ah! I'd remember that face anywhere. And that dragon symbol on his armband. That's the mark of the rebels. There can be no mistake. It's him. That's a rebel. Yikes!
Oh, wow.
Sorry I got a little rough with you there. Thought you were the cops. Why are you making that face? Hey, want an apple? I thought he was gonna kill me. I'll pass on the apple, but thanks. I don't mind a good apple, but not right now. What is this place? This is the office of my brother-in-arms, Daruk. But right now, we're using it as a rebel safe house.
Wow.
Wait, back up a sec. What kind of office is this exactly? A law office! What else? Really? Daruk used to be a lawyer? Yep, just like you. Wow, the public enemy #1 is an ex-lawyer? I didn't see that coming. But I don't suppose I'll be, coming around here anymore. You won't? Are you planning to flee or something? It's just I want to get out of here, the rebel business, you know? Tired of being hounded by the cops and all that. So I came by to pick up my stuff at the last of my stuff. Or whatever. Really? I'm gonna sell Daruk's info to the Minister of Justice and slip out of here.
What?
Wait a second! You're a key person of interest in this case. You can't go running off like that. Relax, will ya? I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Oh, and sorry about punching your lights out back there. My bad. So, Mr. Lawyer, man, what do you want to know? Tell me about the murderers of the High Priest. Trust in me and his acolyte.
Sure, I'll tell you whatever I can. Don't know if it'll be much help, though. I mean, I'm not a rebel anymore, so... I wonder how true that really is. Okay.
Wow. The fact that he's just openly telling us he's a rebel is, like, kind of weird.
Yep.
Good thing we haven't, like, called... Judas, says Don Haka. Yeah, he's literally betraying his friend. It's kind of messed up.
Yep.
Even though they're both rebels, it's kind of messed up that he betrays his own friend, that they're working together.
Alright, High Priest's murder.
Luke!
Ah!
Look at the spider!
Nope, I could not be down here. Tell me everything you know about the High Priest's murder.
Well, you know, as I don't remember much about that, I banged my head on the rock as soon as I parachuted into the inner sanctum. So when I told you I had nothing to do with his murder, I meant it.
Okay, then, where were you when you came to after banging your head?
By the time I came to, it was already dawn. I must have been out of cold the whole time.
So you didn't see the crime happen at all?
Ah, yeah, you got that right.
Then why did you say you did when you testified?
About that, since I don't remember a thing, I was afraid I'd seem suspicious, so I came up with that old story.
Does he even realize how much trouble his big fat lie caused me?
Sorry for the trouble. It was definitely my bad.
Doesn't seem very sorry to me. So the bottom line is you were at the scene of the crime, but you weren't involved. Got it. So this guy used to be a lawyer?
Yup, he was once to be a force to be reckoned with back when he was still practicing. He was a juggernaut of law and as mighty as a dragon. He could strike terror into prosecutors' hearts just by glaring at them.
People called it his
dragon glare. He even got criminals to confess and pass out with a well-placed glare.
You gotta be kidding me.
But most important of all, he would never surrender. He'd fight for the accused no matter how the odds were stacked against him.
Is that what you mean by the will of the dragon?
Yep, that would be it, actually. Your work in court yesterday was mighty impressive, too. You didn't give up no matter how hard of a beating you took. Not unlike, how do you say the guy's name?
I think he called him Dirk.
Dirk? Not unlike Dirk, I might add.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
They had a lot of silent letters in there, like an H and another E.
Even if a big part of that beating I took was because of you... Alright.
I feel like Dirk is the Queen's husband. I just feel like he is. I don't know why.
Is this a law book? A dragon's mark was branded into the cover.
That's, Dirk's law book, yeah.
Really? The leader of the rebels. That Dirk.
I know what you're trying to say, Daruk from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's right. And the mark of the dragon is the emblem of the rebellion.
The pages in this one section are really dirty.
Must be the section on Defense Act.
Okay, the law book added to the court record. He must have done a ton of research on the Defense Act. He practically wore out the entire section. There's bowls and platters of food here. They're still warm, as if this was all recently prepared. You must have a pretty big appetite, Mr. R. Rebel.
Ha 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 ha! Guys as big and strong as me got even bigger appetites, you know?
But you just fled from the police. I don't know how you could eat this much after all that excitement. Sorry if I offended you.
But first, let's start with an appetizer, huh?
Where are we getting all those apples from, anyway?
Want to join me, Mr. Lawyer Man? Got plenty of sewer lizards, too.
Thanks, but, I already ate.
Oh, wow. Maybe Dirk is that other guy with the shaggy hair.
You guys, get electricity?
Yeah, but the power goes out occasionally.
That's pretty inconvenient.
You're telling me, sometimes it goes out for an entire day.
What about stuff in the refrigerator?
Why don't you see for yourself?
Good I asked. I'm afraid that I might find.
Oh. Look at the lizards he has hanging from the top.
Yep. Incense and white flowers. The flowers are still fresh. They must have been put here maybe today or yesterday. Did you put these here, Mr. R. Rebel?
Something wrong with flowers? Nope. It's just a traditional thing here. Pay it no mind.
Yeah, it's just no thing when someone dies. Oh my gosh.
There's a knife driven deep into the photo of the queen. I guess the rebels really hate her. I better remember to stay on their good side.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly of interest here. What's this thing with the dragon on it? Kind of a sign?
Yep, that was his business sign back when he was, in Dirk's office.
He used to be a lawyer, right?
That he was, but it's really a long time ago now. This place has seen better days, that's for sure.
Well, I hope we can, put this sign back up someday.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Is that coat yours, Mr. R. Rebel?
Nah, it belongs to the rebel leader, Dirk.
It's pretty impressive. I like the color, too.
I want to try it on?
Really? Yeah, sure.
Of course, I bet it would look great on you.
Well then, I don't mind if I do.
Ugh, it smells all moldy. Ha 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 ha. I can't believe you fell for it. That thing's been hanging there forever.
Note to self, don't trust this guy ever again.
Wow.
Alright. I think we're gonna call it here. Just because we have to eat, and I have to get the next stream started before 8 o'clock, so... is that okay?
Yeah, sweetheart, that's
okay,
fine.
that's okay. Are we on save?
As long as you take a picture of the food.
I'm going to, yeah. This is saving, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. The white is when it's on the thing.
Okay. Alright guys, so this is how it's going to work. If you guys want another episode of Ace Attorney, it's going to be 1,000 views. We're stopping at 660 views. That's the best we could do, especially with, you guys know there were shenanigans at the beginning of the stream. That really does impact how a stream performs after that.
Thank you guys for all the help with the stream and with the case and with the likes and everything, and for being awesome in the chat. You guys are amazing and breathtaking.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
So you guys have until Tuesday to get 1,000 views. It's going to be pretty hard for you to probably get it by tomorrow, but do the best you can. And thank you guys so much for watching. So next up is going to be Princess Peach, but it won't be starting until at least 7:45. So we got some time, as well as there is no Final Fantasy tonight. Final Fantasy is being moved till tomorrow, because Power Rangers is going to take its place. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and thank you guys for the super chats. It really helps a lot, especially with these clowns like attacking our channel. So, see you guys in a little bit, and happy Easter.
See ya!